Hello everyone. Today is the ninth day of training. So we shall see the first question. The first question is explain testing pyramid in your own words with an example. So first of all, let us see what is testing pyramid. Testing pyramid is a framework which is built for both developers and testers. So to have a high quality software. So in the testing pyramid, as you can see, the lower has the unit test, the middle one is the integration test, and the top one is the end-to-end test. The lower unit test is nothing but where we do the unit test cases for the script or the programming or the application, where each component or each unit component is tested. So it takes a lot of unit components or unit test in order to complete that unit test cases, where it is very simple and very easy, and also it is very effective, and it requires less manpower. So and hence I can say that unit test is more effective when compared to other things. And also if you go upper and upper in the pyramid, where you can see the integration test here. So this integration test, we integrate the different kinds of modules here. For example, if you are integrating some databases with the servers and you are integrated with both the things with your coding. So when you are integrated with this, so you need to run a lot of things for the testing. So it requires a lot of man hours, and it requires more cost also. So when you go and upper in the pyramid, so you can see end-to-end connection. So this end-to-end connection testing is nothing but you connect the entire, that is everything from script to the user interface or GUI. So where here in this level where you test everything, so you are testing everything from end to end here. So that is from code to the GUI and database and also to server. So this is the highly complicated one. It requires more time, and also it gives you the result at more time, and also it has more cost also. So what basically it does is the pyramid signifies is when you go up and up, the more time will be consumed for testing. When you go come down or downwards, less time will be consumed. So this is the significance of the pyramid testing here. So next we shall see the real example here. So the real example is if you take a mobile device. So when you are using the mobile device, you need to have some manual testing also. This manual testing requires manpower. So manual testing will also do some exploratory testings where we explore the different kinds of options. So by using the real-time devices, like here we are using the mobile phone. So we test with the different kinds of functionalities also. And after that, if you come to the UI test, that is your user interface test. So this is a test where we see the user interfaces by giving the different kinds of inputs and also the observing the different kinds of outputs. After we are coming back downwards to the pyramid, we see the integrated testing. So in this integration testing, we integrate different kinds of software here. So as you can see, the two different kinds of software are here. One is Apple iOS and also the Google Android. So we test on different platform here, that is iOS and Android. So we test it with the integration test here. So that requires a lot of cost and also the lot of manpower. So after that, we see the base level of the pyramid, that is unit test. So this unit test will have different kinds of unit modules, small modules or small unit test cases, where we run this and we can have a particular specified level of testing. So this is all about the pyramid testing. Now we shall see the next question. The next question is explain white box testing and black box testing with an example. So first, let us see what is black box testing. Black box testing is nothing but where a test engineer will test the software without knowing the actual structural code or without knowing the code knowledge of that software. So he will test without knowing anything of that, anything inside that. So when it comes to the white box testing, the test engineer will know what is inside the script and how the script is written, and he will be knowing the code knowledge of that application. So next we shall see an example here. So this is about the Blackbox testing. So this is a simple username and login page, username, password, and login page, where we enter the username and password and we click on the login button. So when we press the validate button, so both fields while pressing the login button, both we have to make sure that both fields should be filled in. So username exists in the system, and also the password will be having the different kinds of specifications of that six here, that is 6 characters. So with this with this the user will enter his credentials, but the tester will also the enter the credentials with different inputs. But tester will test the overall testing of this component or the application. After that, he will give the result. But inside this, how this module is created, whether it is written in HTML or how it is, whether it is written in designed in JavaScript or CSS, or whether the backend module is written in Java or Python, it is not known by the tester. So hence it is called a white box testing, sorry, black box testing. Next, we shall see white box testing. So in the white box testing, the tester will be knowing the overall exact how the application is written, in which language the application is written. So now let us see an example. So the white box testing will have a different kinds of testing, that is statement testing, path testing, loop testing, conditional testings. Now we shall see a simple path testing. In this path testing, the code is written. If x is not equal to 3, it should move to y is equal to 5. If it is equal to 3, then it has to move it to somewhere. So there is a path specified for this. So the tester will put each and every digits, that is x is 0, 1, 2, 3 kind of things. Then after that, after putting each and different kinds of values to the x and also to the z, so here different values or different paths are derived. So now after that, the paths are verified and recorded. So basically here we are finding the path itself. The path specifies how the working of the overall program so defines. So this is how the path testing is done with the help of the white box testing. So these are all the things about basic things about the white box and black box testing. And also next we shall see the main differences between the white box testing and black box testings. So here in white box testing is very transparent and the black box testing is non-transparent. White box is carried out by only the developers, and the black box testing is carried by the testers. So black box testing is also known as system testing, acceptance testing. In the white box testing is also known as unit testing and also integration testing. So black box requires less time to execute, where the white box requires more time to execute. Black box checks the behavior of the software or the application, whereas the white box checks the logic of that application. So here the white box test is suitable for the algorithm kind of programming language or algorithm testing, whereas black box is not suitable for the algorithm testing. So these are the main differences between black box testing and the white box testing. Now we shall see the next question. So what are the non-functional testing? Explain with example where particular testing is non-functional. First of all, let us see what is non-functional. Non-functional testing is based on the parameter. So non-functional testing is defined as a software testing where we check particularly kinds of performance, usability, reliability, security, all kinds of measurable things. So there are different kinds of non-functional tests are there here. So if we take a load testing, so here the behavior of the system under the specific loads is tested here. For example, if a Facebook user has a particular 5,000 users logged in, so with that 5,000, is there any kind of specific load system is balanced, or it is imbalancing itself after 5,000 crossed? So this is about load testing. Then after, if you take it as a stress testing, so it is like a non-functional where many people can simultaneously log into a particular application. Where if you take an example of Facebook, where many people log in suddenly simultaneously, so does it affects the entire application, or does it imbalances the application? This is all about the stress testing. Next one is if you take the security testing, where security is checked between the user and the server or the database, where different kinds of users are logged in everywhere and different data are fetched from the users. So using this transaction, is there any kind of bugs are imported, or security measures are taken? So in order to find out that security kind of measures, the security testing is done. So usually many kinds of non-functional tests are based on the measurements. So the measurement is of like efficiency, integrity, flexibility, portability. So the portability is nothing but, so can we make it to the different kinds of modules one by another? So reusability, if the software hangs up, so can we use it with a different module? So scalability, can we scale it to the different kinds of applications? So these are the things which are comes under the non-functional test. So if we take a test case for the non-functional test, we can test the performance testing. So when you are testing the performance testing, so here we are capturing the load time for login, that is around 5 seconds. So when you're logging with 1,000 users, and that should log in within the 5 seconds. If it doesn't, if it doesn't holds good for this for this test case, then that particular performance testing is fails. So next one is compatibility testing. So compatibility testing is nothing but we are installing the different kinds of applications for the different platforms like Windows, Mac, Linux, all these things. If it doesn't holds good for any particular kind of versions, then that particular type of compatibility fails. So we have to, so this is about checking the compatibility or performance or maintainability, configuration, security. All these kinds of things are nothing but the non-functional testing. The main difference between the functional and non-functional testing is nothing but in the non-functional testing, we take the measurement as the entity here. That is why we call it as a non-functional testing. Now we should see the next question. What is stub and driver in unit testing? So example, give an example and explain. So the first thing is when you are building an application, so you have different kinds of modules over there. Module A or module component one or component two, different kinds of there. But if you miss out something, so that test should be done with the help of a dummy module. So here, when you are using the, uh, so here, when you take it as a stub, the stub is nothing but a dummy document which is used to test a specific component or an application. So here the client says the login page is already done, and the component 2, which is the next page after login, you have to take it to the home page. That page is not done. So when you are testing the overall application, you have to have the component 2. So in order to have that component, you cannot do that testing without having a single component. So when you want to have that component, you cannot build at a time with that specified one. So what you do is you make a dummy admin page, that is dummy program or dummy document. That dummy document is nothing but the stuff. Next one is driver. The similar way, the if your client has developed an admin page first, and he wants to check the admin page first. So if you want to check the admin page only, we need to have a dummy login page also. So in order to have the dummy login page, we need drivers. That is, driver is nothing but a dummy page or a dummy module. So this is about the stub and drivers here. So usually the stub is used in top-down integration testing. So now we have seen that that is top-down module, and drivers are used in bottom-up integration module. So here in the stub, the function called function is made, and in the drivers calling program is made as dummy program. So these are created when high-level modules are tested, and also stubs and drivers are usually used in a day-to-day basis used by the testers. Next, we shall see an example. So suppose here are four modules, module P, Q, R, S. Module P contains login page of the web page, module Q contains home page, R contains print, and S contains logout page. Suppose if I want to test the module Q, so I cannot, sorry, if I want to test the module P, I need to have the module Q also, because if you enter the login page, that redirects it to the home page. So that goes to the next home page, that is Q page. So in order to have that Q page, we need to have a dummy page or a dummy module. So that module is created by the stub. So the same way in the case two, we have a module list, that is logout page, and the module R print page or a home page which is not built at all. So in order to test that logout page, if you click on the logout page, then again it goes to the different page or a home page. So in order to have that, we need to build a home page. So that dummy home page is nothing but the driver. So this is all about the stub and the driver in the testing. So this is about the today's training. Thank you.